Open the meeting for the Shorewood Sanitation District monthly meeting, May 2026. My name is Matt Anderson. I'm Vice Chair.
I'm Dean from Del Treasurer.
Al Powers, Board Member.
Sue Means, Board Member.
Tina Heidelberger, Clerk.
All right. First, we'd like to approve the minutes of last meeting. I assume you guys all got a chance to read the minutes. Do we have any changes we want to add to the minutes from last month?
I don't see any.
No.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes approved. Wastewater update. Terry's not going to be here tonight, so Tina has those numbers and that information.
I do. Let me just pull up this text here. So, he's going to start discharging this coming Thursday. And it looks like our low day was on April 7th for 6,300 gallons. And then our high was on 4/29. And that was 15,880. So we had a couple, looks like a couple days there where it was higher, so, but yeah, and I haven't figured out the average, but I'll figure that out and put it in the notes, but.
Was that the day, remember when it rained like straight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 4 inches at our house on our
Holy cow.
meter. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me that our
Yeah.
numbers were really high, so
Okay.
that would be why.
Anything else for the wastewater operator? No? Chairman update. Rich is not with us tonight, as you can probably tell, so we do not have a chairman update. Finance update. Dean.
All right, so,
Or Tina, do you have some?
Tina.
no, I have, yeah, financial update.
Oh, finance. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So financial update, our current checking account balance as of today was $128,033.41. Our investment account balance was $230,524.55. That was as of March 31st. Just keep in mind that the statement that we get for our investments is always like over a month behind, basically. So, and I, in the past, had listed our cash balance and our investment balance separately, but as Dean had mentioned in the last meeting, those are both, it's all just one number, so I just condensed it down to one number. Any questions? All right.
Thank you very much. Presentation of bills, approval of bills.
All right, so we have Essential Energy for $206.39. LJJ Wastewater, $1,700. MTVL, $174.50, and that is the Minnesota Valley Testing Laboratories. They're the ones that Terry sends our water samples off to. So we had a bill from them. And then the MPCA should be taken off of there. My apologies. That's no longer on there. That was from last month. So you can ignore that one. That's all I have. So I pass those, Sue is passing those down
Great.
here. Need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to old business. Expansion. Dean.
The expansion is kind of a little bit on hold right now. The EPA paperwork that we need needs to have some numbers that would be brought about by hiring our engineering company to do it. We're trying to hold off on spending any money before we get further along.
I'm sorry, Dean.
Month of May would be the,
Can you explain that again? I didn't quite catch that.
what's that?
Could you explain that again? I didn't quite catch all that.
We're holding off on finishing the numbers on the EPA required paperwork because it would cost us some money with the engineering company.
Okay.
And we said before we wouldn't add more money to the neighborhood. So at the point that we're at now, we're waiting on the bonding bill, which would be later this month, to see if we get the additional state funding to go ahead with it. Beyond that, we'd have to look at probably in June, trying to figure out if we're going to go ahead with it. If we get this bonding bill, then we probably will be, but Other than that, we'd have to do a neighborhood meeting to address that, to see if we wanted to go ahead with paying the 20% or not, so.
Is that the end of June, did you say it's the end?
No, the end of
beginning?
May.
End of May.
The legislatures will be done before the end of May.
Oh,
So they usually do the bonding bill at the final end. I did have an email that said that they're concentrating on water and wastewater this year. So that's a positive sign, but we'll have to see.
All right, anything else?
No,
All right. Permit renewal from the MPCA. We are now in possession of our new updated valid permit. I just have received a copy of it from Rich, and I'll be posting that on the website for everyone to view. And board members should take a look at that and voice any items that you see that we need to come into compliance with. I've only glanced at it. I haven't really gotten into the meat and potatoes of it. But we should really go line by line, on our own and figure out what needs to be addressed as far as what we're doing now and what we should be doing, and just making note of those things, and we'll be implementing those changes and making sure that we're in compliance with that permit.
yeah, and it's just assuming that we're going to be doing more treatment to the pond, and I think we have money in our budget for that, so.
Indeed, indeed. I know there's an I&I issue as well that we'll be addressing and hopefully solving that issue as well. So. Any comments or questions on that? All right, Rush Lake Way. Rich wanted to let me know that the payments for those folks that were notified of their membership of our district and basically the lack of a better term, the delinquency of those payments being made to the district as members, those are now active and those will be due. So if anybody has questions about that, feel free to go to our website, shorewoodSanitation.org, and contact us there if you have questions or comments about that. Tina, anything to add about that? Or
Nope.
okay. Speed bumps.
Speed bumps.
Al.
Last fall, we agreed to put four speed bumps through Shorewood, and it got too late in the year to put them in. If we had just put them in and not come out, take them out, I guess we've saved money. So I spoke with Darren at Premier Blacktop, and about 6 weeks ago, we checked the whole system, marked down all the stuff we're going to be fixing in the roads, including Rush Lake Way. And so last week I called Darren on Tuesday, asked him what the progress is. He said, well, Al, we just opened up our shop on Monday. The road restrictions went off that Friday before. So he said this Tuesday, if they started today, they'll start working on, they came over through yesterday, marked all the spots, and today they started working on them. And he said next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday, the speed bumps will go in. They want to get all the big trucks in first,
Sure.
so they're not going over speed bumps. And so next Tuesday or Wednesday, the speed bumps will be in, there'll be 4 of them. And I'll be with Darren to show them right on the place. So that's all there is there.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, thank you very much for your work on that. I'll appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see a change in the speed in our neighborhood.
Yep, I chased a few people down going 30 miles an hour, 15.
And that may not sound like it's a lot. 30 miles an hour may sound like it's minimal, but on our roads, it's incredibly fast. And we have so many little children in our neighborhood. And we are very blessed that nothing has happened to anybody in the last 50, 60, 70 years since the homes have been in this neighborhood. But since I've been here 10 years, I've seen an uptick in speed myself. And so I'm very thankful that we are going to be putting those speed bumps in, and hopefully those will just kind of serve as a reminder, hopefully. The idea isn't to damage somebody's car or cause an issue. It's really just there as a reminder to let people know that, there are children here and there are people walking, and, we need to be respectful of those in our neighborhood. So thank you very much. The road survey, did you touch on that as far as the blacktop?
Yeah, that's next Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they'll be blacktop.
Tuesday, Wednesday, they're actually gonna be blacktopping. Okay, all right, great, awesome.
Yeah, they're starting work today, so they might be done on, tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow or Thursday, they're probably done, so.
Oh, wow.
Then next week, speed bumps in. But last year, what brought this all, these speed bumps, just let you people know, and everybody else out there, that we came very close to a little kid getting hit last year. Very, very close. From people not paying attention when they're driving through here at 30, 35 miles an hour. UPS, FedEx, I mean, they all fly through there too, so.
There's a lot of activity in our small neighborhood. You got people walking dogs, you got people who've had knee surgery, and if something, was to happen, not everyone is quick enough to get out of the way, and so it's being proactive
Right.
to keep us safe.
Indeed. All right, that concludes old business. New business. We are joined tonight by Charles Carlson, who has sent us communication. He lives north of the pond road that goes to our ponds that we use to service our ponds. He is requesting an easement on looks like the southwest side of his property there, which would be on the west side of our road. I'm looking at the picture here. I'll post the picture on the website so people can see what I'm talking about. Charles, if you wouldn't mind just sharing with us what you would like to see happen from us.
Just like an easement to go onto the southwest corner of my property, so I don't have to go through the front 4-acre parcel there.
Okay. As you probably already know, we do have a gate there.
Yep.
So that for you to be able to do that gate would have to be then moved beyond where you need it to.
Yeah, I can cover that expense.
And you said you'll cover that
Yeah,
expense?
I can cover that expense.
Okay.
And whatever attorney's fees to write up the easement in the paperwork and the titles.
Okay. And just so that you know, I believe our sewer lines run along underneath that road. So if there ever is an issue in our line there, that we would have to be able to, dig up that road, and
Right.
that may cause an interruption in your service to your property there. Hopefully that won't happen. I mean, hopefully that won't happen, but that is a possibility, and just so that you're aware that that could potentially be an issue. Hopefully it won't, but yes. I don't see a problem with that. Does anybody else on the board want to discuss that or have any questions for Charles?
When are we talking about for a start date or?
Whenever, as soon as we can.
Okay.
I'm assuming you have a lawyer to work with to do the title work,
Okay.
and I don't know if you have a licensed contractor you usually work with to move the gate and stuff that you prefer to use, or?
I don't know if we have a contractor that we work with that does stuff like
Not
that.
I know a couple of excavating contractors that, me and my girlfriend are putting in a pole building, so.
Just needed somebody with a skid steer and a postal auger.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll get you in contact with a couple of that I know.
Okay. And then I'll cover up a culvert, or if needed, to go through the ditch and the gravel to get onto my property.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have a plan of where you're going to move the gate to?
Probably just beyond where the access is. I've already had it surveyed about 10 years ago when I built a pole barn. And there's a stake there. It's kind of where my light post is. That's kind of where the corner is. It's a little bit more east of that. So just in there is where I put the access, and then your gate probably just beyond that.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. One other thing that I could see as a potential issue is the gate obviously covers the road, and where the gate is now, we kind of have a natural kind of barrier so that people can't really go around it that easily, especially cars, like maybe like an off-road truck. But we may want to just have something, you know what I'm talking about, like to head on both sides of the gate so that people just don't go around the gate.
An extension fence? maybe?
Yeah, some type of extension to prevent people from going beyond. That's the only additional thing that I could see potentially coming up as you know, something that we would want to have there because we didn't have to worry about it, you know, beforehand. How do you guys feel about that? What do you think?
Yeah, and that's something we could talk to the excavator about too.
Yeah, because you have, what, 32-foot easement there, don't you? And I think your gate is 16 feet, so you're only looking at about, 8 feet on either side anyway, so.
Exactly. Right.
And then Rich and I also talked about snow removal over there.
Yeah.
He said he'd talk to you
Yeah.
about that also.
Yeah, understood, you guys don't do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you needed us to plow someplace over there, let us know that's on our property. Let us know. We'll take care of that.
Well, with that, initially I see no issue with that. It sounds like you're willing to work with us on the gate and on, you know, all the other outlying issues that may come up and are okay with the possibility of the road being torn up for repair. I don't see an issue, and I would like to ask the board for a vote, yea or nay, to allow the easement on Mr. Carlson's property.
I vote yes.
Sue means yes.
Okay,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we will be in touch with you about who we're going to be, you know, hiring to move the gate, or
Sure.
who you guys want to hire to move the gate. It's kind of up to you guys.
Sure, yeah, I figured you guys just had somebody you regularly work with to do, excavation work back there, but if you don't, I'm assuming you want somebody licensed and insured, obviously.
100%.
Yeah,
I'll talk with Darren, who's doing our roads and stuff,
okay,
and I'll get you his number. If we adjourn here pretty quick, I can get you his number right away. So.
okay.
With that, I'm just going to check the list one more time, make sure that we covered. Tina and Rich met with Jim E. about the finalized personal loan for the expansion group. Tina, do you want to elaborate on that at all?
We met with Jim Ertz at his home and wrote a check to Dennis Franson for the $18,000 and some change that they had loaned to the district back when the expansion had first started. And that was simply a loan because at the time the board did not have enough money to cover the cost of that. So we were able to pay Mr. Franson back for that loan. So
What was the total on that? 18 something?
18,000. Let me tell you the exact amount in a second here.
I know we've addressed it before.
$18,329.48.
Okay.
And I do have a notarized copy that we all signed when we were there, saying that that it was confirming the payment, fully satisfying the outstanding balance,
Wonderful.
and that acceptance of this payment constitutes complete fulfillment of all financial obligations associated with this matter.
Wonderful.
So,
Happy to hear that. And then also an additional note, East Rush Lake Estates has formally withdrawn from any future expansion activities. I don't know which group that is.
that's Jim Ertz.
That's Jim Ertz, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm concerned that some of the property owners or future property owners would want to be in the expansion. So I'm worried that if they're pulling out completely, we won't have plans to expand to that portion. They've got what I considered originally was temporary connections to our sewer, but they would be permanent then. And my neighbor that I know has already had problems with that sewer system that he's got. So he would probably want to be included in the expansion. So my question is, should we be looking at them for a possibility of the expansion? If we get funding at the end of May from the state, we're going to be pushing along pretty fast to get stuff done. Maybe you need to have some idea of whether they're going to be included or not. I know Jim Rich doesn't want to be included, but that's their portion. So the individual owners may want to be.
Yeah, I don't understand why we wouldn't be open to that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
just want
see
to bring it up
why.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think my neighbor, Jeff, wants to probably be connected, and he's in that group, so just wanted to bring that up, so,
Okay.
yeah.
I think it goes without saying that Jim Ernst doesn't speak for everybody, and that everybody involved in the expansion group has the right to be a part of the group, and I think it's just going to be a matter of your group working around Jim Ernst, and new plans may have to be drawn up, and he may not have an entrance point to the sanitation district, and may just skip right over his property and keep on going down the line. But I think we'll just cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay,
right?
I just wanted to bring it up because.
No, I appreciate
we got
it.
on record, so.
Yeah, I think people should be aware of that, especially those folks down there looking to join, so.
Yeah.
That is all the new business I have. Does anybody else have any new business that they'd like to discuss?
Yes, I do.
Sue.
I have
Sue has the ball.
So, as far as the 2 acres across, where we are in the cornfield, that Denny Woods also has. And at the last meeting, we approved to have the clover planted there.
Yes.
And in discussion with Scott, there's rocks that need to be taken out of there. I am in the midst of having a Saturday, and I picked May 16th. It's after fishing opener, Mother's Day weekend, and before Memorial weekend. And I'm going to pass that around the neighborhood about gathering there to help pick up the rocks.
Okay.
And I'm going to make it, so it's a family involvement. There'll be rock painting for kids and things like that. So
Cool.
I just want to verify that that's okay to do as part of that development of that 2 acres.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that is included in what we already approved.
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
you're good to go. If you want to give me a flyer to put on the website, I'm happy to do
Yeah,
that
I'll
too.
do that. I'll forward it to you on email.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then
Shoot me a
and I'll-
text when you do
Yeah,
that, just
okay.
so that I know, because I don't always check
I know,
my email
you're
right
dad
away.
of 2 toddlers.
So,
And then Tina is also going to ask you, we had talked about having a spring cleanup for the parks,
Correct.
like we did in the fall.
Yep.
Did you have any idea of when or what, like after school's out or? Well, and I mean, I just wanted to keep that active.
Yep, nope, I still have it on my
Okay.
agenda. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it before Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty, yeah.
necessarily. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's
yeah.
gonna have to be after. I'm only, for personal reasons, to have Catherine graduating.
Yes, yes.
I
Yeah,
need to
there's
just
no
get through
hurry, I
graduation,
mean,
so.
yeah, okay,
But
and we can
maybe
discuss
early
that,
June,
yeah.
probably.
okay. Just the only issue with that being later is they're going to start mowing.
Mhm.
Do you know the date of
So,
that?
I think he was going to start this or next week. So I actually spoke with him.
Well, I mean, do we want to incorporate a pickup stick day for the upper part that day?
On the rock painting day?
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to do an extensive.
It's not a
like we
huge-
did in the fall. Just
Right.
pick up the huge.
Right.
Sticks
Although
that-
I want to make a comment about something. So
Yes.
this is the issue that we've had with this fire pit, and why people are so against this fire pit is because I went up there to put the leaves from last fall that I'm just now getting to on the fire pit, and somebody took it upon themselves to dump a huge piece of concrete up by the fire pit, about 3 feet by 3 feet square. Nobody's going to be able to pick that up.
I'm on top of that already.
Okay, great. Thank you, Al. That is absolutely prohibited. Those kind of actions is going to get that fire pit eliminated. And I, for one, really liked having that fire pit because of all the leaves. We have so many leaves in the upper circle, and there's just nowhere to put them. So having that burn pit is huge for a lot of people. And so I'm really imploring and begging people to not dump trash there that is, number one, immovable, but number two, prohibited. There are 4 signs on each direction of that fire pit telling folks that what is allowed and what is not allowed. It's common sense. Let's just keep that fire pit organic and clean and So we don't have people damaging equipment that are gonna be cleaning up that fire pit in the fall, because if somebody didn't see that concrete and, slammed their plow into that huge piece of concrete, it could break their plow. There's a number of reasons why we really need to be conscientious about that. And I'm not a proponent of spying on your neighbor, but if you see people up there that you don't recognize, or that you think that they're doing something that is inappropriate, please let somebody know. Please send the board an email so that we can address it.
Do we know who dumped it up there?
I do. I won't name any names, but I know,
Okay.
I know who it was.
All right.
So you're able to address it with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Wonderful.
have a question too. I went out and canvassed that 2 acres just quickly to see what's out there, and there were, fire pit dumps in there.
Oh,
And I mean, the ashes and stuff are probably good for the soil, but there were, not huge logs, but I mean, things that's gonna have to get picked up. And
yeah.
I mean, we're out there anyway doing it, but I didn't know if that was allowed or not.
Now, is that from us, or is that?
I don't know.
Is that like from us cleaning up prior years, or is that somebody like just dumping
It
their fire
looks-
pit? Is it like single
Yeah.
dumps?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where is that at?
In the 2 acres.
interesting.
Oh,
You'll see it. I mean, they're dark spots. You can see it from the road.
I mean, it's private property. It's not anybody's jurisdiction to go dump whatever they
We
want.
need a sign
You
there.
know, I mean, if you guys think it's necessary, I mean, we could do that.
Well, if we spend the money to plant there.
To green it
clean
up.
the weeds.
Right,
And, to have it more of a nicer place for
Yeah.
people if they want to go sit and gather or walk through it
Yeah.
or whatever. And,
We should probably do something along those lines, huh?
well, yeah, and then, how are they getting it in there? They're going to be driving over what we planted and.
Right. Yeah, that may be something that we'll have to discuss at a future meeting here when that's been done. The trouble is a sign going to keep people out.
But as you say,
I
when
think
you
they're
burn
yellow
burn
out there.
pit, the signs don't seem to do
The
that.
sign, yeah, I just addressed these burn pit signs are being seen and ignored, so I'm just wondering, like, is there anything we can do about it? I mean, I'm just being devil's advocate. Is there anything that we can do about it, honestly?
Well, I mean, and if we do,
I mean-
and then if you do happen to see someone doing that, and what do you do?
Right. I mean, well, it's private property, so we could file a police report. I mean, there is something we
Well,
could do. Do we want to do something like that? Do we want to start
No,
a
that's
an
not,
issue like that? We
a
really don't.
community type thing, but they need to know it's not okay.
It's not okay. Yeah, it's really not. And so,
I mean, we can tell them to go over to your place. Charles. Oh, yeah, Charles. But
all
yeah, I
right,
mean,
well,
it's
I
just-
understand your concern. I
Yeah.
really do.
I mean, I don't know if I'm being petty, but.
Well, we could
I
put a
just
sign
want
there
to
that
see-
says something
yeah,
along the lines of, Shorewood Community Park area or something like
No
that.
dumping by
No-
anyone.
No dumping, just
Because when you
Try to
see,
do
when you
something.
see that big main sign that says no dumping, that can think, oh, well, people are coming in to the community from outside and dumping. Well, this has to be everyone,
that's a good
including
point.
everyone in the
We already have
community.
signs up that say no dumping
But,
as you come into the neighborhood,
Yes.
and that means the whole neighborhood. Ah, that's so frustrating. I didn't
so
realize
you need
that.
to have to put by anyone?
Game cameras.
Well, see that,
I'll get
okay,
my
so
marker out.
I tongue-in-cheek brought up the camera thing before. I mean, I don't want to be the one to have to monitor these cameras, that's for sure.
Well,
Um,
I have one that we use for deer that.
Yeah, well, your proximity is pretty good there, so we'll leave that up to our neighbors,
Well,
quote unquote.
or
All right.
even State Bella out there,
Yeah, right.
our dog.
Anything else to come before the board? All right, I'm looking for a motion to close the meeting.
I'll make the motion to close the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.